come up. Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to make chocolate chip banana nut bread. And in front of you, you guys should all have a recipe that you guys can follow along with. Before I started all of this, I measured everything out just for time constraints. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I sprayed with cooking spray 2 8.5 by 4.5 by 2.5 inch banana or bread pans. So I have half a cup of butter in my bowl softened. I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Cream that. If your butter is still hard when you take it out of the fridge, or you don't take it out in time, you can just stick it in the microwave in the wrapper for 15 seconds and it will soften it to near perfection. So, cream this up until it's about, so there's no big chunks of butter anymore. It's all pretty well combined. And then to that, I'm going to add 3 well-ripened bananas that I've already smashed, or mashed, I guess, and add that in here. And I'm going to crack 2 eggs. Add my half cup of buttermilk, and if you don't have buttermilk in your fridge, I don't keep buttermilk in my fridge, then you can use vinegar to add to your milk. It's 1 tablespoon of vinegar per cup of milk, and this is half a cup, so I'm using half a tablespoon of vinegar to half a cup of milk. Put that in. A teaspoon of vanilla, but I tend to put more because I like vanilla. So I'll probably do the rest of this bottle, which is about 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. Mix that all up until everything is all incorporated, till the eggs at least are well combined in there. And then we're going to add in our dry ingredients, which is 2.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Put that in. Warm that up. And it's okay if it's lumpy because you'll have the bananas in there that are a little bit lumpy. And it'll all be nice and combined when you bake it. Just get all the flour mixed in until it's all moistened. And now for the extra ingredients, the nuts and the chocolate chips. I prefer to use pecans because I think they're sweeter. Also, I use whole pecans because if you chop pecans, it'll make your bread dry and crumbly. Just a little tip. So I'm going to use 1.5 cups of whole pecans and about 2 cups of chocolate chips. Even though the recipe calls for 1.5 cups, I like extra chocolate chips in mine. So, there we go. Blend it all in. Until everything looks nice and incorporated. About like this. And then I'm going to divide it evenly between the 2 pans. And then put them in our hot oven, and they will bake for an hour or until a toothpick in the middle, inserted in the middle, comes out clean. I have actually never baked it longer than an hour. It's always been about perfect at about an hour. Once they're done, leave them in the pan to cool for 10 minutes before you take them out of the pan. Otherwise, they'll get all smashy and yucky, and it won't be good. It won't be pretty. And before you slice it, when it's done, you'll need to let it cool completely, so that it won't be sticky and gooey in the middle. So, set the timer for an hour, 60 minutes, and then we'll enjoy banana nut bread in about 3 hours.
Okay.
And that's it.